Hello, people, and welcome to another episode of the Tony and Tonie Show, the show where we cover all new content published on Redgate's product learning. My name is Kent, but you don't really care about that. So let's switch to Tony and Tonie in that specific order, and Tony, do you copy?
Yes, Kent, this is Tony here, and Tony on the other side.
Tony too.
This is Tony, the Tony and the Tony. Today, we have an article on the importance of access checks and controls in database development.
We do indeed.
And
surprisingly, no, it's not a Phil Factor article. It is a Tony Hauser article.
It's my article. Yay! Yeah.
So we're in the slightly weird position of me trying to describe Tony's article to Tony. This could get confusing.
Very confusing. And every time you do it wrong, I will...
I'll do my best to get. You can correct me, yes, strictly.
Yeah. No, but what's the article about?
Well, so it's essentially about the importance to any database development project of a kind of a layered approach to database access control. And these are based on what's called the principle of least privilege. So it doesn't matter who you are, how senior you are, you should only have the privileges you need to do the role you have to do,
or the task you're doing at the
task you're doing at this particular time. Exactly right. That's a better way to put it. And so it takes an example of a real security incident where databases related to a Flyway project got accidentally deployed to the wrong environment.
Exactly.
How did you spot that? Why did it occur? What went wrong that allowed it to occur? And then a plan of action to correct it.
Absolutely. And what we're trying to describe in this article is not only the problem, but also 3 solutions to prevent this from happening. And one of them you already explained is getting the right access at the right moment.
Exactly. So the right permissions for the right task, for the task you're doing. So that's fundamentally what you end up with, what you proposed, which is very sensible. But then you saw opportunities for a kind of a layers on top of that to just to really try to tighten up the system as a whole, or sure it was tight, and to kind of have this like layered approach. So
and there's a diagram, of course.
Exactly. So there was a manual step in the provision there. You can see in step 2 in the diagram, which provisioned some shadow databases for Flyway desktop, the desktop project, that accidentally got run on a remote test server.
Yeah, and
it was able to do that because he essentially had more permissions than he needed on that remote test server.
Absolutely true. But the problem of setting this up yourself manually can be solved by automating this step. And
exactly. So least privileges and then automate to remove manual error.
Yeah. And
then the final layer on top of that, as like a first line of defense, let's have some indication when you're writing code in this example, SQL Server Management Studio. Oh, perhaps you're not on the right environment here. Beware.
Yeah, and this is a screenshot of my personal configuration.
Yeah.
And I added this after this happened. This didn't happen to me personally, or maybe it did. No, but but
exactly right.
Having a SQL prompt undefined group is like the safety net. So if you connect to a new server, new database you've never seen, all your tabs will color yellow, and that should indicate yourself, should warn yourselves that you say, hey, maybe I should configure the server in SQL Prompt, or maybe I'm not in the right server. But
so all remote servers, like in this particular example, will come servers undefined.
Yeah.
So you will say like, I'm not where I thought I was. Yeah.
But also a local server with a new database will come up as undefined.
Yeah.
So that's actually the whole plan of this first line of defense.
So exactly, and that's the article. Yeah, it's about tightening up a database development project. This one, in this case, Flyway. Although the security incident, as you made clear, doesn't have anything to do with Flyway itself.
No,
it's broader than that. It could have happened to any database development. But
And sorry to interrupt. It's
go on.
True story.
It is a
Real
true
world.
story. This is it. This is a real incident that occurred.
Yeah.
And the measures you took to say, okay, this is fundamentally what must change, and this is the layers on top of that you can make sure to just improve your process and make sure this never happens again.
Okay. Well, Kent wants us back in the studio. So
Okay. What Kent says we have to
yeah,
obey.
he's the man. Till next time.
Till next time, Tony.
Thank you, Tony or Tony. Well, at least one of your feels appreciated, right? That's it for today's episode. As you all know, my name is not Tony, but Kent. I hope to see you soon for another episode of the T2 Show, where Tony squared equals exponential learning.